Knock, knock. Who's that? Cash. Cash who? I'm sorry, I'm allergic to cashews. Do you have almonds, please? Did you get the joke? Of course you did. Well, my daughter loves knock knock jokes, and whenever she feels I'm under stress, she throws these knock knock jokes at me as a stress buster. So I thought I will also just give you, just transfer the positive energy to you. Okay. First March on the way, too much stress on your head. Don't you worry, you have studied enough. Now just relax and listen to our revision lectures. Important questions, important answers. Well, last night, Kalyani ma'am discussed literary theory and criticism with you. It was a live lecture. And here I am to continue 50 questions based on this topic as well as on cultural studies. Now, what I've done is at the end of the session, 15 questions I have exclusively kept for cultural studies. Okay, so be with me through this journey. Sit, take your water bottles, be hydrated, and have a good time. Let's begin, right? Question number 1. What does I.A. Richards mean by the term synaesthesis? Okay, what is the meaning of synaesthesis? A harmony and equilibrium of our impulses. B, a harmony between sound and rhythm. C, a harmony between words and music. Or D, a harmony between body and soul. Tell me. It is option A, a harmony and equilibrium of our impulses. That is synaesthesis. Okay. Question number 2. According to Baudrillard, the success of advertisement depends on their ability to conjure up a seductive hyperreality. Which of the options below is not a feature of hyperreality? Option A, it is the reflection of basic reality. Option B, it masks and perverts a basic reality. Option C, it masks the absence of a basic reality. Or option D, it bears no relation to any reality. देखो ढंग से पढ़ो तो you will come to know B, C and D actually are saying the same thing. They are synonyms. So the answer has to be option A. Okay. Question number 3. Of the songs in Camus by Milton, who remarked they are harsh in their diction and very musical in their numbers? Option A, Stanley Fish. B, Dr. Johnson. C, Thomas Gray. Or D, none of them. Of the songs in Camus by Milton, who has said these lines? It is option B, Dr. Johnson. Okay. 4th, Raymond Williams' theory of cultural materialism was influenced by A, Foucault, B, Marx, C, Derrida, or D, Bakhtin. Theory of cultural materialism was influenced by B, Marx. Question number 5. Who calls epic poetry as the best and the most accomplished kind of poetry? Option A, Plato, B, Sidney, C, Dryden, or D, Ben Jonson. किसने तारीफ की epic poetry की? It is option D, Sidney. Okay, let's move on. Question number 6. Who employed the term analepsis to denote a flashback or the account of an event prior to the narrative in question? Okay, basically, who employed this term analepsis? Your options are A, Harold Bloom, B, Gerard Jennett, C, J. Hillis Miller, or D, Cleanth Brooks. Tell me. It is option B, Gerard Jennett. Okay. Question number 7. In his definition of tragedy, Aristotle has used the phrase pleasurable accessories, which means A, grandeur of spectacle, B, rhythm and harmony of song, C, use of dramatic episodes, or D, use of delightful statement. Tell me, what is the meaning of pleasurable accessories according to Aristotle in his tragedy? It is option B, rhythm and harmony of song. Okay. Question number 8. Dryden wrote his essay on dramatic poesy in option A, the form of debates of medieval schoolmen. B, in the form of a dialogue in the manner of Plato's Republic. C, epistolary manner. or D, all of these were used? बताइए, essay on dramatic poesy is in the form of, yes, option B, dialogue in the manner of Plato's Republic. Question number 9. The advancement of and reformation of poetry, the impartial critic and grounds of criticism in poetry are works of criticism by, tell me these works, who has written them? A. David Deutsches, B. John Dennis, C. Walter Pater, or D. Donald Davie. बताइए, advancement and reformation of poetry, etc. written by option B, John Dennis. Question number 10. Which of the following is not a chapter in The Wretched of the Earth by Franz Fanon? Option A, concerning violence. B, spontaneity, its strength and weakness. C, the pitfall of national consciousness. Or D, the raw and the cooked. Tell me, not a chapter in The Wretched of the Earth by Fanon. It is option D, the raw and the cooked. Okay? Let's move to question number 11. When a poet moves towards discontinuity from the precursor by rejecting deliberately the ideas and objectives of the precursors, Harold Bloom calls this as option A, Kleineman, B, tesserae, C, kenosis, or D, esquisses. बताइए, discontinuity from the precursor is called by Harold Bloom as option C, kenosis. Okay. Question number 12. Instead of presenting it directly, the mental agony of Lady Macbeth has been expressed through sleepwalking scene. This may be cited as an example of A, transferred epithet, B, strained metaphor, C, dissociation of sensibility, or D, objective correlative. The sleepwalking scene of Lady Macbeth can be described as option D, objective correlative. Okay? Question number 13. Who introduced the distinction between iconic, indexical, and symbolic signs? A, Ferdinand de Saussure, B, Jacques Derrida, C, Charles Sanders Peirce, or D, Claude Lévi-Strauss. Claude Lévi-Strauss, tell me, who gave the distinction between iconic, indexical, and symbolic signs? Well, it is option C, Charles Sanders Peirce, or C.S. Peirce. Okay, question number 14. Who, in his The Dismemberment of Orpheus, famously gave a table of differences between modernism and postmodernism? Your options are A, Jean-François Lyotard, B, Walter Benjamin, C, Ihab Hassan, or D, Mark R. Levin. Tell me, The Dismemberment of Orpheus is basically written by, it is option C, Ihab Hassan. Okay? अब हंस दीजिए, अच्छा हो जाएगा सब. Question number 15. Where did Derrida criticize Lacan's reading of Poe's The Purloined Letter? Tell me, where has Derrida criticized the Purloined Letter? Option A, in his essay The Purveyor of Truth. B, in Margins of Philosophy. C, The Gift of Death. Or D, of Grammatology. It is option A, in his essay, The Purveyor of Truth, okay, by Derrida. Question number 16. Deleuze and Guattari use the term minor literature in relation with A, Harold Pinter, B, Kafka, C, Virginia Woolf, or D, J.R.R. Tolkien. Minor literature is used by Deleuze and Guattari with, in relation with, B, Kafka, okay? Question number 17. Who, in his The Prisonhouse of Language, shows how Saussurean linguistics, Russian formalism, and French structuralism are all historical theories that value synchrony over diachrony. Okay, option A, Walter Benjamin, B, Frederick Jameson, C, Stephen Greenblatt, or D. Michel Foucault? किसने लिखी The Prison House of Language? It is option B, Frederick Jameson. Okay. Question number 18. About poetic diction, who said that the language of age is never the language of poetry? Option A, Ben Jonson, B, Thomas Gray, C, S.T. Coleridge, or D, I.A. Richards? Who said these lines? It is option B, Thomas Gray. Okay. Question number 19. Which work of T.S. Eliot is actually a response to Middleton Murray's critique on Eliot's romanticism and tradition? Tell me, what is the answer given by Eliot to Murray? Option A, the function of criticism. B, tradition and individual talent. C, Hamlet and his problem. Or D, the metaphysical poet? It's easy. A, the function of criticism. Okay. Question number 20. Longinus called turgidity as a vice of style. What does turgidity mean? Option A, bombastic, theatrical notions and images. B, words over-elaborated to express inferior ideas. C, artificial emotional tone. Or D, expressions unworthy of the thoughts. What is the meaning of turgidity according to Longinus? It is option A, bombastic, theatrical notions and images. Okay. Question number 21. Who first translated Simone de Beauvoir's The Second Sex from French to English? So the Second Sex was translated from French to English by option A, Jean-Paul Sartre, B, H.M. Parsley, C, Stuart Gilbert, or D, D.J. Enright? DJ Yo-Yo, tell me. It is option B, H.M. Parsley. Okay. Question number 22. Elaine Sholter's A Literature of Their Own, Women Writers from Bronte to Lessing, was first published in the year. Read the years by yourself and tell me the answer. It is option A, 1977. Okay. Question number 23. When a signified goes beyond or is independent of the play of signifiers which produced other signifieds, it is called, listen again, when a signified goes beyond or is independent of the play of signifiers which produced other signifieds, it is called A, end signified, B, superlative signified, C, rhetorical signified, or D, transcendental signified. Bataiye, it is option D, transcendental signified. Okay. Question number 24. The three psychic zones as mentioned by Freud are A, the oral, the anal, and the genital. B, the ego, the id, and the superego. C, the conscious, the unconscious, and the subconscious. Or D, the real, the imagery, and the symbolic. Easy hai. Psychic zones by Freud are B, ego, id, and superego. Okay. Question number 25. Who among the following was not critically examined by J.C. Ransom in his book, The New Criticism? A, I.A. Richards, B, Vere Winters, C, William Empson, or D, F.R. Levy? Bataiye. It is option D, F.R. Levy. Okay. Question number 26. Who among the following is best known for his publication of the Family Shakespeare? Who has written the Family Shakespeare? A, Thomas Baudrillard, B, George Bernard Shaw, C, Nahum Tate, or D, A.C. Bradley? Say. It is option A, Thomas Baudrillard. This takes us to question number 27. The idea of literary anthropology is given by A, Wolfgang Ischer in The Fictive and the Imaginative, B, Claude Lévi-Strauss in Structural Anthropology, C, Gerard Genette in Narrative Discourse, or D, Benedict Anderson in Imaginative Communities. Literary anthropology. This term is given by option A, Wolfgang Iser in The Fictive and the Imaginative. Okay? 28 देखिए. Which feminist critic developed the ideas like logic of anti-love and écriture féminine? These two ideas were given by A. Simone de Beauvoir, B. Elaine Sholter, C. Helen Sixou, or D. Judith Butler. Écriture féminine bada famous hai. You will remember it, right? It is option C, Helen Sixou. Okay? Question number 29. Which of the following is true in the context of Homi Bhabha's concept of third space? Listen to the options. A. So what is third space? Okay. An ambivalent cultural interaction of migrant and minority groups with metropolitan cultures. B. An unstable intersection between third world, gender, and post-war societies. Okay, post-war societies. C. A space in which colonized attempts to replicate the Eurocentric patterns. Or D. All of these are correct. अभी third space में ये सब तो correct नहीं हो सकते हैं. What is third space according to Bhabha ji? It is A. An ambivalent cultural interaction of migrant and minority groups with metropolitan cultures. Okay? Question number 30. Roland Barthes, in his work, Elements of Semiology, advanced the concepts of the option A, mythologies, B, cultural artifacts, C, meta-language, or D, absurdity. बताइए, Elements of Semiology showed the concept of meta-language. So option C is correct. Question number 31. Who said New historicism is a combination of textuality of history and historicity of text? बोलिए. Option A, Stephen Greenblatt, B, Louis Montrose, C, Michel Foucault, or D, J.W. Lever. कभी ऐसे ऑथर्स बोले नहीं होंगे जैसे मैं बोलती हूँ. आई एम रियली सॉरी. आई डू इट ताकि आप बोर ना होए एंड योर इंटरेस्ट इज रिटेन्ड. Who said it about new historicism? The answer is B, Louis Montrose. Okay? Question number 32. Which work is not taken by Cleanth Brooks to discuss about paradox? A. It is a beauteous evening, calm and free by Wordsworth. B. Composed upon Westminster Bridge by Wordsworth. C. Canonization by Donne. Or D. Paradise Lost by Milton. Cleanth Brooks has not used one of these works to discuss paradox. The answer is D, Paradise Lost by Milton. Okay? Question number 33. What is commodity fetishism? Okay? Fetishism. What is commodity fetishism according to Marxist theorists? A. The habit of buying unnecessary things. B. The mistaken view that the value of a commodity is there inside the commodity itself. C. Buying a product whenever it comes in the market for the first time. Or D. None of the above. What is commodity fetishism according to Marxism? It is option B, the mistaken view that the value of a commodity is there inside the commodity itself. Okay? Question number 34. Which German philosopher wrote the philosophical fiction Thus Spoke Zarathustra? What a book for all and none. Basically, Thus Spoke Zarathustra, a book for all and none, is written by A. Friedrich Nietzsche, B. Wilhelm Hegel, C. Immanuel Kant, or D. Martin Heidegger. Zarathustra से याद कीजिएगा, it is A. Friedrich Nietzsche. Okay? And last question here before we enter the realm of cultural studies exclusively. Here is question 35 for you. Who wrote the Institutio Oratoria? Institutio Oratoria, a 12-volume textbook on the theory and practice of rhetoric. Who wrote this book? A. Horace, B. Longinus, C. Quintilian, or D. Plato? Institutio Oratoria is written by C. Quintilian. ठीक है? चलो, अभी let me stop this page and let me share with you my other page of cultural studies. Can you see the screen? You can, right? Let's begin. 15 questions here based on cultural studies. 1. Which of the following is not a book by Richard Hogarth? A. The Uses of Literacy. B. Mass Media in Mass Society. C. The Future of Broadcasting. Or D. Between Men, English Literature and Male Homosocial Desire. Not a book by Richard Hogarth. Well, it is option D. Between Men, English Literature and Male's Homosocial Desire. Well, this is a book by Kofosky Sedgwick. Okay. Question number 2. Compulsory able-bodiedness is a concept propounded by A. Christopher Bell, B. Rosemary Garland Thompson, C. Robert McRuer, or D. Leonard Davis. Compulsory able-bodiedness concept is by option C. Robert McRuer. Okay. Question number 3. Who of the following talked about a conflict or disconnection between the globalization of knowledge and the knowledge of globalization? Your options are A. Robin Cohen, B. William Safran, C. Arjun Appadurai, or D. Roland Robertson. The globalization of knowledge and the knowledge of globalization, there is a conflict between the two. This has been spoken by option D, Mr. Arjun Appadurai. Okay. Question number 4. In Stuart Hall's discussion of encoding, decoding, he uses the example of A. Hollywood movies, B. Mall culture, C. Video games, or D. Television news. Tell me. Stuart Hall has discussed encoding, decoding with the help of option D, television news. Let me bold it, the answers for you to make it easy. Right? Let's move on to question number 5. Okay. Who of the following is associated with cyber feminism? A. Anna Mary Jagos, B. Sadie Plant, C. Both of them, or D. Neither of them. Anna Marie Jagos or Sadie Plant, who is associated with cyber feminism? Well, the answer is option B, Sadie Plant. Okay. Question number 6. The term cultural intermediaries is discussed in the book. Bataiye, in which book do you find this term cultural intermediaries? Your options are A. Distinction, a social critique of the judgment of taste. B. The Long Revolution. C. Postmodern geographies. Or D. Third space, journeys to Los Angeles and other real and imagined places. The answer is option A. Distinction, a social critique of the judgment of taste. Okay, here is the answer. Let's move on to question number 7. Adorno and Horkheimer employed the dash myth to show that myth involves enlightenment and vice versa. Which myth is employed by Adorno and Horkheimer? You have to tell me. A. Oedipus, B. Prometheus, C. Titanomachia, or D. Odyssey. The answer is option D, Odyssey. Okay, let's move on to question number 8. Who defines culture as the actual grounded terrain of practices, representations, languages, and customs of any specific societies? Who has defined culture like this? Option A, Stuart Hall, B, Jeremy Bentham, C, Linda Hutcheon, or D, Stephen Greenblatt. Say, it is option A, Stuart Hall. Okay, let's move to question number 9. Dash refers to sets of people involved in producing and distributing symbolic goods, such as those who work in advertising. Option A, cultural assimilation. B, cultural intermediaries. C, double consciousness. Or D, subculture. So dash refers to set of people involved in producing and distributing symbolic goods. What is the answer? It is option B, cultural intermediaries. Okay. Question number 10. Who wrote Subculture, the Meaning of Style? Your options are A, Dick Hebdige, B, Paul Willis, C, Edward Palmer Thompson, or D, Suzanne Sontag. Who has written Subculture, the Meaning of Style? It is option A, Dick Hebdige. Okay, easy. Question number 11. Who coined the phrase, the medium is the message, in Understanding Media, the Extensions of Man? So the work is Understanding Media, the Extensions of Man. In this, there is a phrase called as the medium is the passage. This is given by option A, Donna Haraway, B, Marshall McLuhan, C, Homi Bhabha, or D, Michel Foucault. Tell me. It is option B, Marshall McLuhan. Okay, let's move on to question number 12. Who wrote How We Become Post-Human, Virtual Bodies in Cybernetics, Literature, and Informatics? Who has written this, We Became Post-Human? Your options are A, Donna Haraway, B, Homi Bhabha, C, N. Catherine Hales, or D, William Gibson. It is option C, N. Catherine Hales. Okay? Chaliye, let's move on to question number 13. Bas 13, 14, 15. Teen hi bache hain. 13th. Who wrote Truth and Method, which laid the foundations of hermeneutics? Option A, Hans-Georg Gadamer. B, J.L. Austin. C, Paulo Freire. Or D, Gilles Deleuze. Tell me. Or Gilles Deleuze. What is the answer to this? It is option A, Hans-Georg Gadamer. इनके नाम इतने difficult होते हैं ना pronounce करने, कभी-कभी I literally have to Google it sometimes how to pronounce this writer. Okay, let's move on to question number 14. Which of the following works is not written by Slavoj Zizek? Okay, so which of the work is not written by Slavoj Zizek? A, contingency, hegemony, universality. B, the sublime object of ideology. C, living in the end times. Or D, Rabelais and his world. कौन सा वर्क स्लावोई जीजेक ने नहीं लिखा? It is option D, Rabelais and his world. Okay, and we come to the last question of today. Who introduced the phrase queer theory in 1991? Okay, queer theory phrase was given by option A, Teresa de Lauretis. B, Julia Kristeva. C, Nancy Julia Chodorov. Or D, Eve Sedgwick. Tell me. It is option A, Teresa de Lauretis. Okay, I just bolded it. And we are done here. I hope you liked the questions. If it was a little difficult for you, just lie down and listen to it once more. Okay? Chill maro, घूमो फिरो, घूमते फिरते थोड़ा सुनते रहो videos और पढ़ते रहो. And all the best for your net exam. We love you and we are here for you. Thank you so much. This is Hina from Team Test. I will see you tomorrow again with another set of question answers from another topic. Which topic? उसके लिए आज कल्याणी मैम को live at 10 पे देख लेना. You'll come to know. Okay? Bye bye.